And we're live, bros. How goes it?
How goes
Yo,
it?
what's
How you
up?
doing,
What's up,
man?
How goes it, Gator? Good to have you here, man.
Hater?
Oh, what a day. What a day.
Tell me about it. No, like literally. Thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget if you're watching this on Twitter, hit the repost button and share this. If you're watching it on YouTube or Facebook or anywhere else, share it on your socials there. But you can like delete Facebook, stop watching it on YouTube. Come on over to Twitter. We're live over on X. I guess X now.
X.
Give us a repost on X. Go ahead and let's blow this live stream up over on X. We got my co-host Miggy Crypto in the
Hey, Mick.
house.
What's going on, everybody? I
Uh,
hope everybody's having a good night. Welcome, Gator. Glad to have you, dude. You're
Glad to have
awesome.
you here.
Dude, I feel like I was talking to Miggy about Canada and us hanging out and stuff, and it sounds
Yeah.
so fake. It doesn't like. Have you ever tried to tell that story to people and like just watch
Yeah.
them not believe you?
Yeah, like, hey, me and my friend, we were going over a helicopter ride over to the city of Toronto.
Getting high
And
in
then
the helicopter.
we were high in the helicopter. We just, like, went through go-kart rides, like unlimited go-kart racing right before that. And I remember, like, you gave me, like, some lemon vape or something that was...
Yeah, dude. And I got to meet Larry King that day. Like,
Oh,
Yeah.
really?
out of yeah, dude, I met Larry King, went in a helicopter, drove go-karts, all got to do this with this guy right here, Gator. Like one of my OG valued memories. This dude is like Easter egged right into it.
Yeah.
So I
Nice.
guess
Yeah,
let people know a little bit about yourself, bro. Let them know like how you got into crypto and like
Oh,
you know a little bit about your journey into what you're doing with the Gators on Solana.
Okay. Well, I got into crypto 9 years ago. This is my third cycle. I got into Bitcoin when it was $235. I had read something on Reddit. Someone had lost all their Bitcoin from Mt. Gox. Maybe now they would get it back, but like it was the end of the world for them. And even though the price had gone down 80%, they just wanted that Bitcoin, and like they were so devastated when they lost it from Mt. Gox.
Yeah.
It was something that turned like, okay, this means something to this person that much that I bought 4 Bitcoin like when I read that for 235 each. So that's how I entered Bitcoin, was from Reddit. I had someone before that, like that whole 2014 bear market, that was in Bitcoin and was telling me to buy the whole time, and I was like, I'll wait and see. And like, I didn't really get convinced from them, but when I saw someone else that had it stolen from them, that like was making like this plea letter, then that like really like took my heart, and was like, okay, this is gonna be my life now, because it means that much to someone. I'm gonna start paying attention to it. And I've been in crypto ever since. That was February 2015. It's been over 9 years. Long time since.
Yeah, you got in a year before me. I think I got in the year after, and I saw that Bitcoin was at like $420, ironically,
Yeah, perfect.
and it was like double in value from the year prior. So I was like, damn, if I put money into this, I guess like it could go down 50% and it would still be like break even for everybody that's been in for the year. So the worst case scenario, I'm going to lose like half my money. But if it already 2x'd, it might 20x this year, and I saw that
Right.
potential. So I kind of was like, fuck it. I mean, it's not like it's going to go to zero. I'm going to lose some of my money. But it's not like we
Right.
lose all of your money if crypto goes down a little bit. It's not going to zero.
Yeah, and I was a stock person, and like I could put $1,000 on any stock easy at the time. So putting $1,000 into 4 Bitcoin, why not? If I could be in this stock or that stock. I was trading stocks for good 5-6 years before I found Bitcoin. So if I could be in Apple or Google, why not Bitcoin?
Yeah.
And since then, I mean, crypto's taken over. I barely watch the stock market anymore. It's just not the same thing. This is
It
a
doesn't
whole
hit the same.
secret.
Yeah. Did you find the transition from like that type of trading, like the traditional trading of like fiat currencies and stock over crypto? Like challenging it all, or was like, what was that
Yeah,
experience
it
like?
was all about sleep schedule. Like I could have like a
That's the
Yeah,
regular sleep
alpha.
but
schedule.
yeah.
Oh man, for in the stock market, everything stops at 4 o'clock Eastern time. It's very nice. I mean, sometimes the futures will go at 8 p.m. for some earnings, but you never have to worry about things happening in the middle of the night as far as like your options trades or any of those things. And you have weekends off. Sometimes you have 3 day weekends. So there's lots of time to take a breath and relax and like everything's paused in the stock market. In crypto, like it'll be Christmas morning and I gotta watch the charts because something could happen, and
Right.
Yep.
no breaks. I
Mhm.
had, I mean, I can tell you, that I've been to the doctors before and like in and out of the doctors and like having like, okay, what's the chart? I haven't been able to look at my phone for a couple hours. What's the chart now? And just in case, something happened, I have to check about it. So that's what I mean. Crypto like really got into me is it turned me into a machine that I had to sleep around certain hours and then wake
Yeah.
up like just get into certain habits that don't stop that are every
Right.
single day. Like we say good morning every single day, GM. We say good night every single day, and these habits never break. Like once you're in crypto, like it's like a bot. Like once you get in, you can't get out. Like the only way out is in the box. Like
Yeah,
that's
it's
how
a
they say. Like,
lifestyle. Once you're living it, you're living it. You don't
yeah,
unlive it.
it's really hard to get out of it. But let's talk about gators today. I
Yes.
so this has been a pretty amazing experience. It's been 1 month since we launched, and
Congrats.
we launched where people were all saying to me, hey Gator, we've been following your trades for a long time. You've been giving us calls for this and that, and why not make a meme coin? You've been like I called a few meme coins before this. Like one
Yeah,
was
you
was
have.
called Apple, and like there were just so many things. Like people were like, hey, this whole crypto space really good. Why not make your own crypto? So I said, yeah, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna put every minute of the day, every ounce of energy into this. Either go hard or go home. Like I only believe in 100% or nothing. And so I like just as we talk today, I got everything here written down, and I'll make sure no stones left unturned. Um, People recognize that hard work and they invest from it. Right now, our market cap is 3-4 times higher than it was a week ago.
Wow,
Just
bro.
because people, yeah, it might have
Nice.
doubled in the last day. Just because people see the work we're doing, and I've learned all the lessons from other cryptos in the past of what they might do that might be warning signs, and just doing the complete opposite of that, or finding things that are gonna knowing XYZ to pump things.
Yeah, it's not
Um,
so much doing the right thing, it's avoiding doing the wrong thing. So it's like reverse
exactly.
engineering
Right.
failure to make sure you find success.
Exactly. And that's where being in crypto 9 years and seeing all the pitfalls, and then
Yeah.
from there, like, okay, I know, for example, I know that it's very valuable to burn tokens during a sell off. If you burn tokens during a sell off, you're telling people that might have sold, like, hey, here's a group of tokens now that'll never be sold off ever, and you're selling something that's getting rarer and rarer. So I believe in something. I believe in making the coins deflationary, not being in a coin that you're gonna get diluted or dumped on real fast. That's like 5% of circulating supply, like when it comes out, and then just like boom, boom, boom,
Mm-hmm.
something was $2 and now it's 20 cents because the circulating supply like got 10x, diluted.
Yeah.
So for me, always we started off at 420 billion, naturally as
Perfect.
numbers supply, and right now we're down to 407.5 billion. We've already burnt 12 and a
Wow.
half billion in the first month,
Damn.
and that's like to show people like, hey, you're gonna own gators, you're gonna buy gators, and at the same time it's gonna get rarer. Um,
Hmm.
so that's part one of making the coin, like giving you reason to hold. Then in second is the story I learned from Apecoin. Um, th- this is where we get into NFTs. Is in 2022, I tried to get into the ApeCoin NFTs. I tried to get into not into the Bored Ape itself, but I wanted to get into the being in the Bored Ape land leases.
Okay.
Like that, you have these metaverse lands with Bored Ape, and they said you have to buy 400 ape coins at this time, and then a little bit of ETH for gas fees. That's what they said, a little bit of ETH, and then they do an auction for this, and it ends up being where the 400 ape coins might have cost like $800 or something to buy, but then the ETH gas fees cost like $5,000 or $6,000.
Holy.
So basically, nobody could afford anything. It was all really just,
Yeah.
I don't want to say a scam, but like, so you were led to believe like just the 400 ape coins and that's enough. So from there, that taught me a story. Like, so basically, I didn't get the land lease. I couldn't afford the ETH, and I just sold the ape coins. And it didn't have the utility that I wanted to have. So with Gators and Solana, very different story. If you I just minted the first 2 NFTs today. They cost $2 each with gas fees to mint, not 3-4 ETH to mint. Before listing. So that in itself, any Solana transactions, like I saw you were talking with someone before, you don't care if there's a failed transaction because it's like a fraction of a cent.
You can afford a few failed transactions over here.
Exactly. So there's a lot of things that ideally wouldn't work out on ETH that work good on Solana. And so with my coin, for example, the top 100 people in it, they get they get access to the mint, and from there, the top 100 holders, to give the coin utility, and from there, they'll be like in a line. They can mint first, then we're gonna list onto Magic Eden after they mint. We're gonna do a collection of 100 first. I'm going to I minted the first 2, where I'm going to give away one on 420. That's just in a few days. We're looking to launch ideally we want to launch on 420, but I don't want to rush the artist.
Yeah.
So he said 420 ideally, but if not, sometime within this week. And that's why I'm going to give away the second NFT on 420. Really cool NFTs, by the way. If you go to gatorsonsoul.com, which I have.
Of course, you got a website.
On my bio, I got a website. Has all the different memes on there. That some of them are going to be labeled that they're going to be turned into NFTs later. Some of them, besides pictures, are going to be turned into animated. Going to be turned into like 3D. I saw this with Miggy. He showed me like these cannabis cards, like trading cards. How they're reversible and how they're interactive. Mickey was showing me that. That's things that we want to do with Gators too. So more than just like one regular picture, something that's like most of them being interactive, most of them being animated and reversible. More
visceral, something you can touch and play with and feel.
Yes. So that's the idea with most of the NFTs that we're doing, and then. The idea being too, like you don't want it to be like buy the rumor, sell the news. Like after the NFTs are over, what's the point of the coin? So we're gonna be having multiple. That's collection 1 of many collections. Like with this artist is very dedicated and looking to do. Like this is 100. Maybe there'll be a couple others, like another 100 and another 100 later. That are all just memes that are built up over time. Like he may do like 10 random memes in a day, and then over a month he's already made over another 100 memes that could be turned into NFTs. So he's nonstop working, and then we can be creating those NFTs, putting them onto Magic Eden, and from there, Magic Eden, by the way, I've this is like the new OpenSea for me. I go on there. There's always activity on there. It's where I want to be able to have the secondary market for Gators.
Yeah, we're coming for them, bro. I know you don't want to wait for Asvoria. I know the launch pad not being up and running right now. You got to kind of go to Magic Eden because you wanted to get this out. But I wish I could get you to wait a little bit to launch on Asvoria. But dude, Magic Eden.
We're gonna launch in many places. That's
All
what
right.
I'm saying. We're
Cool.
gonna have
Cool.
multiple collections and launch in many places. And what we're gonna do also is have airdrops along the way, because when Solana is cheap and gas is nothing, then I can do airdrops for the
Dude,
top 20
so
holders,
Yeah.
top
so I
50
have an
holders.
idea that might be something you're interested in, because like community cross pollinating and stuff like that. And
Yeah,
so like instead of using funds to burn your own tokens, you could use those funds to buy tokens like ASV from Asvoria and airdrop those tokens to people that are holding your NFT instead of burning your own token. So there's like other ways to utilize that value to like kind of cross pollinate, like, you know, some pollen from another community, which is
right.
the ASV token, into your community, and then maybe some Gator NFTs into the ASV community, and then they cross pollinate into the Gator community. Then when you build out your metaverse in Asvoria, you already have those overlapping communications.
See, what I like about that is that there's going to be people in the top 25 that might not be into NFTs in the first place, but then they get an extra coin, and then they see that in their portfolio, and they're going to say, well, I'm not an NFT person, and the token burns, I mean, they're here and there, but then they see another token appreciating in their
Yep.
portfolio. So I'm an all of the above person, and, you know, that's definitely something I would entertain. I want to be on as many exchanges as possible, like be as visible as possible. So there's never like oh, we can't go there or we can't do this. It's just, there's a community that wants to join us. We want to welcome them in. Like there's any meme coins that we see along the way that we see that are doing well. We want to have those people are doing successful. We want that success to come over to Gators. So I'm a big fan of that. Absolutely. I would want to talk about here. Just want to go through. I want to make sure I didn't miss anything here.
Yeah, make sure we're hitting your talking points. Absolutely.
No. I want to make sure I go through the NFT stuff first. But just to be clear, there'll be two giveaways that we'll do here. But I'm gonna give away on 420 the second NFT that I made. It'll be part of the first 100 that are made, and then we're gonna do a collection of 25. And from there, they go to the top 25 holders. I'm going to give away something there too. So any person that's in Gators that has a Gators address, they're going to have two chances at giveaway. And then from there, like you're saying, any reward systems that we can have, whether it be with Avasoria, did I say right?
Asvoria. It helps if you say it in your head like a 1980s cartoon character, like He-Man. Asvoria.
Yeah, now I see it.
That's
Yeah, and all that, every place that we can be, and people see the Gators name, that's all good to me. And if we could get airdrop, I did have someone before that like had like some Microsoft meme coin, and they're like, hey, anybody that's in Gators, they can get a free airdrop of that. And I was like, sure, come into the community and reward us.
Yes.
So that's something like what you were saying, like the cross-pollinating. I'm all for that, because that's only going to make us grow. It's not a zero-sum game.
Yeah, exactly. Rising tide raises all ships, and if we start tying our ships together, we won't drift too far apart in this ocean as it grows.
Yeah.
Right.
Plus, it gives your community something to look forward to and something to do that's a little bit different from what your project has going on. You know, like it kind of helps prevent stagnation.
Yeah.
You know,
Right,
because it has
exactly.
things that are happening and going on, so it keeps people moving along. And now they have these, like you said, these tokens that they can interchange, they can do stuff with, and now they can kind of enter into
Right.
different communities, and now they can still stay involved instead of maybe one project's kind of working on something and it's still taking a little bit of time. So they still like this project that's got stuff that they're involved
Exactly.
with too. So keeps them
You,
busy.
you want you want to make it like a web, you know,
Yeah.
and you want to just keep branching out from that web, like to one and another. So that's what I'm learning. Like each day, for me, it gets busier and busier while I've been in this meme coin, because it's one new web and then another new web.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gators are notorious for their webbing.
Yeah. Yeah. I
They're
mean,
webbed
maybe they
Gator
make
feet.
webs.
They have
I
webbed
don't know.
feet. I don't know. Whatever. I
Yeah,
tried.
there you go. No, that's a good
Yeah.
one.
I'm gonna get good at these gator memes. It's pretty punny. I see the room for it. You got to try to get
Fun stuff.
Steve Irwin's son to be like a spokesperson. He's doing a lot of gator wrangling like his dad used to.
Okay.
Oh yeah, that'd be
I
cool.
think
That
I
would be
saw
cool.
that there was like this AUS coin, this Aussie coin or something, and they showed him. So I didn't even know like his son was the thing. Like,
That's
yeah,
funny.
he wants to follow after his
You're
dad.
so in crypto, you didn't know Steve Irwin's son existed till his son got into crypto.
Exactly.
That's
And
pretty
that
funny.
exactly.
Nice.
That
This
is,
is the
yeah,
way
that's
we
pretty
find
deep.
out of it.
I'm curious, like, what are some of like the steps that you went through? You know, like if somebody wanted to follow your lead, and if they're inspired by Gator and the Gators on Solana and everything, like, you know, kind of like what's that process like for somebody, you know, who wants to just do what you're doing and maybe make a Crocs on Solana community, you know?
Right. So what I would say is have a network of people first, because before I did this, I already had a Twitter account, then I added another one on, and with a lot of Twitter people and knowing them from the past. I had an Instagram account, a Discord account, and two Telegrams
Yeah.
channels. So having all that open and getting all that network with people so that you know that they're all going to be on board, and then from there, just it's got to be 100% or nothing. If you, I mean, for me that I'm single with just a dog, I have a full open schedule, and I can do this 16 hours a day sometimes,
That's where I
7 days.
fucked up, man. I got a girl and all my crypto shit went to hell.
No, I mean, there were times
No.
where I had a girlfriend, and people are like, "Can you get off a date so you can help me with this Bitcoin trade?"
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, I know. People want me as much time as I have possible to focus on crypto, if they can.
So you got the
Um,
network effect. What next?
yes, and on top of that, I have a copy trader effect. I have I'm on a few exchanges, BingX, AlphaX, and Blowfin, where I do leverage
That's
trades and
awesome.
people copy those leverage trades, and it's twofold. A, that they make money off my calls, and then like I have this trading army, and I say go buy Gators, and they'll buy Gators because I say go buy Bitcoin or go buy Solana. And then B, then like reflink commissions that I get from all those copy trades, whether it be an up day or a down day, I'm still getting more commissions, and I'm dollar cost averaging indicators with that. So I
Nice.
have I mean, in a small cap way, I have like this Michael Saylor micro strategy thing going
I
on with
see it.
gators.
Yeah, I see that.
Yeah, and a lot of things that like I'm seeing him do, I'm trying to do just with a small market cap, and I see it working as on a day by day basis. There's always gonna be people that like to take profits along the way, and I can't blame them because they get scared with the market.
Well, I saw you
But
footing the bill
Mm.
for that on Twitter. You were buying all the sells, so it was
yeah,
like a reverse effect.
right, and I will make it sometimes because it'll be look. I I mean sometimes I'm getting money just from refereeing commissions that it wasn't the hard or I mean I earned it, but it wasn't the blood, sweat, and tears of someone like going out might be being a construction worker and having to work for that same amount of money. And so that's money that I want to give back to the community, and me giving back to the community is by putting it back into Gators. And
Yeah.
so I do then have this extra liquidity on my hand that I'm not using this coin to pay any of my bills. All my bills have been paid before I made this coin. So that in itself is should be a comfort to be a lot of people that I'm already in like a financially good place before having to do all this. All this is really just for fun and to make other people make it with me. And knock on wood, so far that's happening.
Yeah.
I want to talk about Bitcoin and everything else, how we've been going down lately.
Yeah,
And
the happening's
The
happening.
Bitcoin dip.
You know,
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's going to be
Happening.
too much of a problem.
Yeah, me neither.
I remember very clearly in 2020 how there was a COVID crash. I remember I remember Ken, you tweeted like it's like they turned the whole world off. And they locked down the whole world, and that's what it took to really shake out Bitcoin before. And I just don't see that happening this time. I think people have that too much like stuck in their heads that like, oh, there must be some black swan that must happen because a black swan happened 4 years ago. And you know, it just all it does is just sort of curb and like temper down the enthusiasm after
Yeah.
going to all-time highs before the halving. And I think it's really just all this is just a pause. And after the halving, we're gonna go full steam ahead again.
Well, the Black
Um,
Swan is like a proverbial Schrodinger's box, right? It's World War
Right.
III. It's not as certain as a pandemic or lockdown. Like you could have watched a little bit of that rumor build up to the news. You could see some things
Right.
coming. People that watch the political atmosphere are kind of trying to use that same light that we had with the with the virus, the flu, the pandemic, the lockdown, and all those chain of events, and trying to throw the same chain of events scenario at Bitcoin with this World War III Black Swan event. And I mean,
yeah.
the likelihood of a World War III outcome is 0.1%, but war, yeah, they're always going to be at war, especially where there's
Right.
war
Oh, yeah.
now. It's never going to stop. It's been
Constant
going on for
war.
like 2,000 years. It's not.
Yeah.
But
nonstop.
global world war involvement in something that's been going on consistently for 2,000 years, highly unlikely. But because it's a good topic of conversation, because Bitcoin is in a position it's in right now, the
Right.
fake news could cause its own prophecy. Like it could be a non-event event. Like it could.
Right.
It is possible that like the boogeyman, everybody's scared, and it could take 3 months for the groundhog to come back out of its fucking hole.
Right. And I still have this in the back of my head that no matter like how far we're down, we're going to be at 69K by 420.
People will go broke making sure that
Yes,
happens.
I hope so.
You know, just the meme involved. I think memes are so. I made a lot of money in I don't want to say a lot, but I made some money in 2022 where I bet that we were going to be at 42,069 on 420 that year, and sure enough, we were. Where we were
Fuck
like
yeah.
36, we went up to 42, and it was just a joke, and then we went down to 24 right afterwards. And so in my head, I see some like face melting rally here just to like put it to that 69 and then go back into like a bear mode like right afterwards, like gotcha bitch, and then right afterwards we go right back down.
Yeah, what are your thoughts on Solana's potential price, since you come from kind of getting your name known in the space from calling these charts out, and
Yeah.
kind of having the eye for it, and now, like you said, you had your finger on the pulse for a decade. What is your FATA analysis for Solana due to so much congestion? A year ago it was basically shut down. I think like 3 months ago it had a huge shutdown congestion, and just quite recently it was congested for about 2 weeks. Like, what are your
Right.
thoughts, when looking at the atmosphere of like Ethereum and all the crap it went through, and now its success, and the ICOs that were on Ethereum, and now we kind of have that with the meme coins on Solana. Where's your outlook for Solana for the end of 2024?
I think that Solana will probably be 400 by the end of this year, around there, and then 1,000 by the end of the cycle next year. I believe that the gas fees mean a lot. What I think about the congestion is that whether there just becomes too much traffic at one time, and because of that, there's certain evolution that needs to happen. So if a bunch of meme coins come on at one time and 90% of them are not worth it, 90% of them need to fail and get that traffic out of the way. And so I believe in that evolution that everybody wanted to do the fad of meme coins at one time, and then they all just try to get onto the road and clog the traffic. Now, them making a patch for it, having them, I mean, Windows has to do an update all the time. If Solana
That's
is
great.
doing the matches, keeps doing the patches, and keeps showing like that they're working on it, I think that it's something that will fix itself as long as the price keeps going higher. It's and same thing with Ethereum, is that all these devs that are in it have the money to fix everything as long as the token goes higher.
Yep.
When the token goes lower, then they have to like put up their hands in the air and be like, I can't do anything for right now. We'll see later.
Yeah.
And so
I'm going back to Facebook.
Exactly. Because we're in a bull market, it's like one of those things. This congestion problem is like one of these things that'll fix itself with the price going up. And a lot of people, might have sold Solana just recently, and those same people might have also sold it at 75, like when it was down from 140. It cut in half earlier this year, and then after it cut in half, it tripled right afterwards. So, I mean, that already happened this year, and I've seen Solana go up since it was $12 last year. There's no reason to think that just because Bitcoin goes down and you have even a 40% correction in an altcoin, this is going to happen. Something goes up 10x, this is going to happen.
Have you considered the lack of transaction fee cost kind of hurting the odds of it reaching a value in that sense? Because like the thing that actually helped Ethereum gain like dollar value is its fee cost. Like it's like it sucks, but it's really built into the tokenomics of Ethereum. The more gas you have to use for the transaction, right. It's like it actually self-prophesizes an increase in value because you have to spend more of it to move less of itself. So if you wanted to send $100 in Ethereum, it could cost $400 to do it, and people do it. So it is worth $400 to move $100, and that gas fee situation is really, I think, what was the key ingredient to Ethereum's like $1,000 price range success.
Right. What I see, well, Solana, you'll still see the same fraction going on, but if it costs me $2 to $4 to mint an NFT now, when it's $1,000, it may cost me $15 to $20 to mint an NFT.
That's true. Yeah.
And that'll probably be the case when it's $1,000. It'll still be cheaper than if Ethereum was at $10,000. It might be hundreds of dollars, versus that $15-20.
And Solana has the scaling, so they have a lot of the small transactions adding up to some of the transactions Ethereum adds up to as well.
And when you say gas to me, in my head I think tax.
Yeah.
And
right.
I'm a tax-free person.
Really? I'm with taxation with representation, bro. You could put it in the smart contract, let the DAO vote on it, and it makes sense. Taxes only make sense in crypto. That's how I feel. Like Bitcoin's transaction fee.
A DAO is the way to do it because then you have communities over it.
That's the only way to have true taxation with true representation. Otherwise, it's just somebody with a big gun telling you, this is the representation, bitch. Give me that tax.
Exactly. Some of these meme coins, like I got a 0% tax on it, but some of them have a 4% tax.
Yeah,
and they can keep taking the money and doing whatever with it.
It depends, right? Yeah, it depends. I'm about it because if it wasn't for the fees, even Bitcoin wouldn't be here. This shit wouldn't work on fucking hopium. It wouldn't work on philanthropy and like just people doing it out of the kindness of their heart. There's no Bitcoin doesn't even have a fucking a marketing team. Like nobody's volunteering in Bitcoin.
Right. And the decentralization, that's what makes it special. I think there's enough of that in Solana to go around that I don't want it to ever feel like centralized, like one person's in it.
Damn, you just brought up the right topic, dude. I wanted to talk about that too. What are your thoughts on Solana's centralization versus Ethereum's decentralization?
Oh, nice. Yeah. That's good. Somebody had a question about that in the chat.
I read your mind, chat.
Yeah, shout out to Milton.
Milton! He would have a question like that.
Milton and Devin are in the chat, and then we got some Gator fans in the YouTube. But
okay,
yeah, sorry. Go ahead.
All right, go ahead, bro.
I I like that ETH's decentralized from the people that are doing validators, this and that. You still have the head of it being Vitalik, and he's a very smart guy. He puts out these plans like that are like these complicated webs, and they're very, very hard for the average investor to see. Like he's got a plan, but it's like the sharding and then this and then that plan, and all of it's like, how long is this going to take? And crypto's about speed, and Solana just being faster. Something that goes faster might not be as efficient sometimes, but at the end of the day, everyone wants things like that, and they want things to be as cheap as possible. And so, being fast and speed. What I would say about decentralization with Solana is, once Sam Bankman-Fried was put behind bars, it made it a lot more easier to shill Solana. Like this isn't the face of it. That the people that are behind it, running it right now, that they aren't criminals. That they're people that are legitimately trying to make a better ETH. And I can, for this past year, in this bull run, I've been much more like morally tied to Solana. Where last time around, it was hard because it's like I was making money, but at the same time, I saw Sam Bankman-Fried make money, and I didn't want him to win at the same time I won. Now I don't have to worry about that problem, and so I think that's without him being there, I can be in Solana, like identify as Solana, like, and think I'm a good person.
Dude, he hit a nail on the head there, because I talked to a few people, and ever since, Craig Wright found out, he's not Satoshi, because, somebody had to tell him. But ever since the judge kind of set that record straight, people that were hesitant to get involved in Bitcoin SV, Satoshi's vision, are actually kind of more interested in it because of him not being Satoshi and him potentially stepping back and not being the face of it anymore. And I've heard the same thing with like Bitcoin Cash and Roger Ver. The less he was in the limelight, more people wanted to get involved with it. Right. Do you think this could happen with Gator? Do you think that you could get to a position that the token touches a community growth point that you might not even fit into your own fucking community anymore?
I would love it. I mean, if that happened, I can go on vacation. Everybody.
They kicked you out. Yeah, I guess.
if they kicked me out, but they kicked me out with like a decent stipend, I'd be happy. And I'm always going to be Gator at the end of the day. Like, they all know me as Gator. So if I saw other people enjoying like being in my crypto, that's all that matters to me. All that matters is that they enjoy Gators. Like I said, I already made it before this. If I can see other people make it, I've seen some people so far, like in this month, they've made some money off the charts for me, and like for them, it was like they were always looking for something and they could never win, and like they've always had a hard time winning, and then they come to me and I'm trying to find them a winner. I'm trying to give them Gators as a winner. I'm trying to find a call for them in this or that so that I can help them win. So everybody knows, like, when they come to me, that I'm trying to give like all my experience, all my help that I can, like 411 from the minute I wake up to the minute I go to sleep. And they'll ask me about other meme coins too. It won't just be Gators. And anytime someone just has a question in crypto, they come to me. If I don't know the answer, I'll know somebody in my network they'll know, and I'll direct them that way. So I think that's what people like about me, and that's why they stick with me, and that's why noobs will like me, because it's like, you're not gonna have a normal person that's been in crypto for 9 years that wants to go. Most of them, they're all just tired. They want to just go away. If they're done with helping people, like they helped people 4 or 5 years ago, and they're done. Like this is just too tiring from them.
Yeah, most of the people out there doing the legwork got into Bitcoin or crypto in 2021, and that's all you see on the front lines anymore. You got 3-year vets at the most, and they're the people are like talking at keynotes. They're the ones leading the panels. It's 2021 and up.
Right, and we when we met here, we were in Futurist Conference in 2019, and so like all those people already that we saw in Toronto, all of them already made it, and not many of them are pushing themselves on Twitter anymore because they're all they already made it. They're on, I don't know if they're on their yachts or they're somewhere nice, and they don't feel the need because they've already helped themselves. They don't feel the need to help others.
Right.
And for me, it's that I'm in crypto 24/7 the rest of my life. So, I always want to make myself better, and I want to help others make themselves better too. And that's
Do you have the trading stuff as like part of the community aspect for like the token and the NFTs, or is that just something you do just, kind of separately? But
it'll be like Gator traders that way. The trading NFTs once we get it on Avsoria and other places, anything like that's like buy low, sell high. I try to do every day. I try to give them Bitcoin analysis every day. Even if something's volatile. There's sometimes like when we have boring markets and then I can take a little bit of a break back, but really genuinely every day in my trading channels I try to find trades like long or short for people, and from there, I mean, this is what we were doing before the meme coin. I would get copy trade commissions from it. I'd get ref links volume from it, and all this now is being put back into Gators, where it's like, okay, let's find a trade here, let's find a trade there. We made $50 here, we made $100 there. I'm gonna add $50 to Gators. I'm gonna add $100 to Gators. This somebody just made made a long dog coin and then sold it an hour later, or long Solana and sold it 20 minutes later. Just very random trades that all find in a day.
Nice.
My experience with that is very important. This goes back to the stock market and very original. I was as Ken might know this, I worked for Edward Jones as a risk management advisor in the stock market before coming into crypto. I was doing that between 2011 to 2015, and it kind of at the end of my job, I was just discovering Bitcoin. And from there, Edward Jones taught me all these different ways to manage risk that I try to teach others. They also taught me how to read a chart, and they had me be like a student of someone you might know, John Bollinger, the Bollinger Band.
Yes, sir.
This guy that's online. I took all his courses. I was like.
I wanted to bring something up since you mentioned him and that exactly. What was it like coming from the traditional trading and using these trade patterns in crypto with stuff that was so volatile? Early on when you first got into crypto, there was no patterns. This shit was chaos. But now that there's so much with the futures, the ETF, the institutional money, the patterns are here, and it looks very compromised because of that. I'm curious what your thoughts are about that.
My thoughts are definitely that Bitcoin and maybe Ethereum too are tied more into the stock market schedule. That I kind of feel, and now with Grayscale, there's some random things going on with wars, that might move the price. But I genuinely feel that most of the volume on a regular week is going to happen during Monday through Friday during the stock market hours, and that most of the time at night we'll be able to sort of take a break, and there'll be a little bit less volatility. And most of the weekends we'll be able to take a break on the majors, at least, and there'll be less volatility. So I think, knock on wood, my sleep schedule will go back eventually to where it was.
Right. Oh my gosh. We got some more comments. More comments from the chat. More Gator fans. And just says Gator lifting off. And then Matty the baddie, he says, "Yo, remember this fool." He says, "This is Gator from 2017."
Yes. Yep. Yo, you don't forget Gator, bro. And that's the thing. This dude's you're the weirdest thing, bro, is you're a credible, reputable OG, but you really never went down the whole influencer route. Like, you just
Yeah.
did you, and people fucked with you. They fucked with you. But like, I'll be honest. Like, even when we were in Toronto together, I was like, this fool would be a great influencer. Like, you. So I love that you're like the influencer for your own shit. Like, that is
Right.
fucking top G status. Like,
Exactly.
fuck shilling somebody else's shit. But like, dude, I called it in 2019 in Toronto. I'm like, yo, this fool could be dangerous in crypto if he wanted to be an influencer. But like, now that you're doing it for your own thing, it's a powerful like tool. Like, the fact that you haven't flexed any of that for anybody else's shit, that is value. I know you don't have like tens of thousands of followers and all that, but you have clean, credible value, bro, and you're bringing it all to your own shit.
Yeah.
He asked if you still write songs. He said you
Good
wrote some
question.
bangers.
I have songs that are I haven't written new songs, but I have my head's like a karaoke machine, and
Same.
all the songs I've ever written.
I sing
are,
to Miggy all the time.
Yeah, he'd be throwing down some rhymes.
I have like a Weird Al Yankovic inner monologue that just turns on, and sometimes Weird Al Yankovic parody songs fall out of my face.
Yeah, I had a Bitcoin 6.5K song, like that was the Bitcoin target, and it was like I Want It My Way from That Way from Backstreet Boys, just to give you
Nice.
an idea of how long
Perfect.
ago in time that we're talking. And like 6.5K was
That's legit.
considered a big price.
Dude, do you remember the value in the "It's over 9,000" meme? Like,
Yeah.
it 69K does not hit the same as 9,000 hits for Bitcoin. Like, I'd be happy to go back to $8,000 Bitcoin just to
Just for
relive the memes from fucking Dragon Ball Z for a whole year all over
Oh, yeah.
again.
And that's what I was doing with my market cap for with Gators. Every time it would like cross 90,000, I would say it's over 90,000, and it had the saying thing. So
Yeah.
I try to take all the memes I saw from the past and then apply it to Gators, you know, and like redo it over again. Maybe it's new for some people. For me, it's like a smash like of the past, like of all the different things. So that's like something that's like, you know, 9 years of crypto Twitter or social media in my head, all the different memes you might have seen along the way. Like, I might throw in a John McAfee, you know, meme or
Rest in
quote.
peace, man. I miss my
Yeah,
father,
it's-
bro.
You know, some people might know that. I'll be like with Gators, like pullbacks and corrections are impossible in this new paradigm. You know.
Yeah,
Quoting.
definitely.
So all that is tied into it with what I'm trying to do with the meme coin.
I guess like one of my, because we're wrapping up soon, one of my last questions, I'll let Miggy have a few after this, but one of my like last questions was sort of like, you know, you, like you mentioned earlier, you've been in this space, you come from a more like, you know, professional economic background when it comes to like trading in crypto. It's not like your first rodeo. And you've been in this space enough to be vetted and educated. Are you taking steps or putting steps in place that businesses should be doing with their tokenomics? Things for, you know, collaborative efforts, sponsoring conferences, stuff like that. Like, are you going to be treating this more like a business would be treating their tokenomics? Or is this like something more community tokenomic?
So it would be both. If the businesses can be Gator related, if they can be Gainesville related, if they're related, like someone was showing
I mean,
me,
like, you know, paying for an influencer to make a tutorial, or like, you know, sponsoring a conference and stuff like that.
I don't know. I think it would be more Gator centric.
Okay.
Like if you're talking about like the school, like sponsoring an event that was like all Gators fans and the crowd is Gators.
So more like a
yeah.
meetup, you know, where they could get a one-on-one with you and hang out at a venue kind of vibe.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I was getting at.
I could say maybe the shitcoin conference, because that's a little different.
That would be
that's
love. Dude, we're looking for sponsors. We actually next week we're going to be putting out the pitch deck for the sponsorship opportunities. So I'll throw it your way if you're interested, man. We're going to be in Nashville, and we're going to be right down the street from the Bitcoin conference. I'll be at the Litecoin conference, and they're going to be sending all the Litecoin people our way.
Yep. Right. We're just asking for $1 million minimum.
Yeah, no, yeah. That's not much though. It's like 7 figures. Who even needs that many figures?
Yeah, I should have that from my Litecoin anyways.
You should, right? I mean,
perfect.
Fuck,
we'll
man.
take Litecoin.
I guess, Miggy, any follow-up final questions?
I guess if you can, since you're kind of doing the whole community thing, and as you know, like a lot of projects, or for every project, like that's the most important aspect of, of Web3, crypto, NFTs, anything. I guess if you can give like 3 things that you think have either been helpful to you or you think will be helpful to others, that are kind of like 3 key things, that are good for running a community, or like important in building a good, a good community.
I think you want to have a dedicated, that that you're going to have people that are going to stay with you, that are going to be loyal, and that you have a fan base first. Building up that fan base, making sure that they don't leave, that they're going to always stick with you. That's one thing. Another thing I think is showing them your undivided attention, is showing them, like, saying good morning and good night is very important. Like other people might think like, oh, you don't need to tweet like every time you're going to sleep or going to waking up. Yeah, actually I do, because now you'll know when I'm starting trading for the day, or that you can talk to me.
Yeah, I'm not answering DMs because I'm sleeping, and you know this now.
Exactly. But hey, once I wake up in the morning, I'm just as accessible again. So showing them that you're that easily accessible, and having those fans. That's 2 things. And then I would say the third thing is just never giving up. I was on the, like, right after the token launch, there was like some pre-salers that took the profits, and we went down after. We had to build our way back up, and a lot of people, many people in my position, could have just walked away and said, well, we failed after launch, like people took profits and we went down after launch, it was a good try, and let's just go on our ways. Not me. Like first we went down after the launch, and I said, what are the plans? What are we going to do to get back to these market caps?
Yep.
How are we going to, what is the strategy? Collaborating with others. And going back to the community that Miggy was saying, every decision that I've made along the way for Gators, I put into the Telegram or other social media, and we all voted on it like a decentralized DAO.
Dope.
That's I'm like, none of this is unilateral for me. All this is something that we might have a decision on, and what's your take? What's your feedback? And I get everybody's feedback, and then I move forward with something. So that's what you want to see in a community. That's how you know that we're all, like, teamwork is dream work, and that we're all in this together.
Yeah, that's a
sure.
That's a good message to end on. Is there anything that you wanted to make sure we talked about when it comes to Gators on Solana before we wrap it up? I'm definitely going to get you back on the podcast. And I recommend you start doing spaces and stuff like that for Gators on Solana. And when you do, I'll jump into your spaces. Absolutely.
Yeah. I was waiting for the Solana congestion to go down to get back on.
Fucking A, bro.
That's the main reason. That was the main reason why I couldn't do spaces for a while, because nothing was.
Yeah, but, it would just be you fucking doing free tech support for Solana.
Right, exactly. So now that that's up and running, I do think that I'm really hopeful that we'll have some relief rallies in the market soon, and people will feel better soon. So there'll just be a better, happier mode out there, and people will get on spaces, and they'll all be just happy in general. The market's, everything's doing better. Maybe the world's a little bit more at peace and people are just in a better mood.
Yeah, hopefully the atmosphere changes this year and 2025 can go back to feeling like 2019 again, because damn, I didn't know how much I was going to miss 2019 when New Year's Eve hit. Didn't know.
Right.
Yeah, dude. Fuck 2020 and everything since then, bro. But yeah, I'm with you. I think, just might be the year everything goes back to normal. And if we can get that, dude, this is this space as a whole is 1000x. Like, if the world can just get its shit together again, dude, 2019 version of having its shit together, we'll be at 1000x in this space across the board. You know, we're headed to, multi-trillions in market caps.
Yeah, I love it. I haven't thought about anything politics since I started this meme coin. It's always just been about the Gators community. It's probably one of the healthiest things I've had in my life, even if I'm being real.
Awesome.
I think that's why a lot of people are flocking to meme coins and meme communities, because it's the only way to tap out from this awful conversation the mainstream media keeps trying to throw at you. Even if you go on Meta, if you go on X, you go on Instagram or Threads, it's like all you see. And I get it. Like, it's good to be aware of, like, the world's environment, but, like, all day, every day, everything you see, it starts to get overwhelming. And I think people are tapping out and using the meme coin community the same way, in the 80s, people were starting to get really into movies and music and TV in a way of tapping out of everything that was happening around them.
Yeah, and Gator's perfect community for that, because we're going to be nothing but positive energy.
Yeah, dude.
I feel much more positive since I started this for that reason.
I'm happy to hear it. Hey, guys, everybody, thank you for watching. We hit over 100 live viewers on X, so if you're watching this on X, please go and hit that repost button. It goes a long way. I'm kind of shadow banned over here, trying to break out of the shadows, so every repost definitely goes a long way. We're also doing a $50 giveaway, so if you go on to me or Miggy, we have on X a $50 giveaway we're doing in ASV. And Gator, I thought I saw you. Weren't you doing some kind of giveaway for the podcast as well?
Yeah, I'm doing a $42 million
Hell yeah.
Whoa! That is a Floridian slip, dude.
42 million Gator giveaway. See, it's Freudian slip good. Gators to $1.
Fucking hey, manifest that shit. So 42 million Gators to one of the listeners.
Yep. That's been picked out there. So yeah, one of them is going to be getting that later. They're about $25 value right now.
All right, perfect, man. So yeah, you guys got about $100 you can win right now. Just participate with us and get involved and just keep an eye out to see if you won. We're going to be here every day, Monday through Friday, 10 p.m. Eastern till 11 p.m. Me, Miggy, and somebody new.
That's right. Every day.
Every
except
day.
for the weekend.
Yeah, well, the weekends don't count. All right, guys.
Don't
Thanks
count. They're
again
not
for
real.
watching. Gator, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much.
I'm going to
Gator.
grab me some Gators on Soul, and I'll see you guys in the swamp.
Yes, sir.
Have a
Get
day.
you some Gatorade too.
Gatorade.
Absolutely. Have a very good night.
All right.